my initial reaction is just specifically about mutations, I think, is, and this is kind of a sidebar, but I think people are curious about this, is we don't know why people get certain mutations, right? We don't know necessarily what they've been exposed to, but it's always interesting to me to look at all the people around me and see XYZ person has ALK, XYZ person has EGFR, someone else has RET, I have HER2. Like, could we all have been exposed to the same things and we just happen to get different mutations? Like, how does our body decide to mess up in that particular way?
Well, it's interesting, and for those listening, those are all different types of kinases that Samantha just mentioned. So for many who are probably listening, you're listening to this podcast because you have a tumor, you have a loved one who has a tumor that's driven by one of these things. And the reality of it right now is we don't really know what causes them. A lot of times people think you have a lung cancer. Many people think lung cancer and smoking. Smoking does cause mutations. It doesn't tend to cause these. These are mutations that just have to happen really once, rather than a lung cancer associated mutational burden, I'll say, where you get a lot of mutations over time. And then in lung cancers that are smoking related, you have the balance of proteins that are telling the cell to divide and proteins that are telling the cell to not divide, to stay as it is. So there's a certain regulatory balance. With smoking, that balance comes off step by step with different proteins getting mutated the mutations are almost at random. So you need a lot of them in order to have that full effect. Whereas if you have a kinase mutated at just the right spot, that is completely out of whack immediately. Like, that is the only thing you really need. If someone's a scientist and listening to this, you may gripe with some caveats here, but by and large, that's the only thing you need for that cell to become cancerous.
We hope you liked this video. To support cancer research and get clear, expert answers about cancer, follow us and visit crackingcancer.org to join the Cracking Cancer community.